Hello everybody, thank you so much for coming back to my channel. My name is Riley, aka Honey Rags, and I am a full-time reseller. If you guys are frequent to my channel, you've probably realized that I haven't done a clothing thrift haul in about 2 months, which is a really long time for me because I was doing them like multiple times a month in 2019. But I have been so busy with liquidation palette after liquidation palette that I have been kind of pushing clothing to the side. But my clothing sales always start to pick up in the springtime and summertime, knock on wood. So I am ready to get back into listing clothing consistently. So before I dive in, about 90% of this stuff is from just regular thrift stores. And the other 10% is from the Goodwill outlets. Now, you probably know from previous videos, I'm not the biggest fan in the world of Goodwill outlets, but a brand new one popped up by me last year, and I've been frequenting it about once or twice a month. So I will try to disclose stuff that came from the outlet if I can remember to. I should probably mention it is one of those eclectic clothing hauls, as far as there's a pretty good mix of brand name stuff, bread and butter, and just vintage or unique items. So this one you may have seen over on my Instagram. I posted this one on Instagram. This one I actually found it. This is my only antique mall find. I saw this fur coat, and I always find fur coats at antique malls. I usually pass on them because they're overpriced or hard to sell, but something told me to look at the inside. It is a Schiaparelli Paris. I don't think you realize how special this is to me, guys. I've always wanted to find a Schiaparelli piece. I do think this is 30s or 40s. I'm not really positive. So maybe 30s. Schiaparelli at the time was comparable to Chanel. I actually think she was one of Chanel's competitors. So I've always wanted to find a Schiaparelli piece, and I found one. This is a vintage Wrangler top. Now, I actually find a decent amount of vintage Wrangler tops, but this one was really unique just because of the style. I'll probably list this one around 20. The fur coat, because it's Schiaparelli, I'm probably going to aim for maybe $100, which may seem low, may seem high, but it does have a couple of flaws that I have to disclose. This is a Cupshe swimsuit. So because it's new with tags, I picked this one up. I probably paid like $5 for it. It's going to be pretty hard to capture the style. I'll probably list that one around 20. This is a brand that I try to pass on, but this one's new with tags. I got lucky with the new with tag stuff. It's a BCBG Max Azria, which is the higher line of BCBG. It's just a cropped shirt, but it has really cute sleeves, so I figured I will try to sell that one around 25. This one was a bins find, and I think it was actually a bad buy because it's just a little overly worn. Angel of the North, which is a good brand from Anthropologie, but like I said, it's just a little overly worn, so I'm not sure if I'm going to sell this one or redonate it or keep it for myself. This one I'm really excited about. This is a vintage, I'm guessing 1950s, because there's no like material tag or anything like that. I don't think this was handmade. I think this was factory made, just judging by like the seams and stuff. I think I'm gonna list that one on Etsy probably around $50. This one was a bins find. This is just a vintage, it feels like either wool or acrylic, and unfortunately the material tag was taken off, so I'm not sure. I'm thinking this is actually wool. Sometimes acrylic versus wool can fool me, believe it or not, as long as I've been doing this. I think I'm just gonna list this one for like 20 bucks. It's really thick, believe it or not. And I usually don't like to pick up vintage flannels just because there are so many of them, but I really like that material, whatever it is. This is a vintage, yeah, as you guys can tell, I actually have a lot more vintage than I thought. I think this was a regular Goodwill find. This is a vintage maxi dress. I'm thinking this is 70s. I shouldn't say I'm thinking, I'm pretty dang sure this is 70s. So when I'm trying to date, obviously styles like this, they're very common nowadays too, so sometimes it's hard to tell if something's vintage or modern if there are no tags. I will usually look at the zipper and I will look at the inside, how it's stitched and how it's cut. And that's usually how I date something or tell if it's modern or not. This is something I pulled from my regular closet. It's an Everly dress, which isn't like a crazy good brand. I pass on it quite a bit. Although I have sold, I just can't get this tag to show. I have sold Everly before, I think one time. I'm probably just gonna list this one at like $15. I wore it a couple times myself, but it's a little short on me. This is a New Tags Notre Dame Adidas top. So Notre Dame stuff, I'm guessing it sells pretty well. Certain sports teams move pretty quickly for me. This one will probably do better on eBay. I think I'm just gonna list it around 20, 25 bucks at most. Getting tangled up here. This is a really elegant cachet dress. So you guys probably know how I feel about cachet. It's a discontinued, like upper scale mall brand. I should have used my new camera for this, but I'm used to being able to see myself in my cell phone camera for these hauls. So I'm sorry if the tags keep washing out. This is a really elegant cachet dress. So certain cachet pieces still sell at pretty high prices considering they don't make them anymore. This piece I'm probably gonna list for about $50. This is really cute. I've never seen something like this before in Goodwill. So it is like a little kid's sweater, and it has like little dragon horns or something on it. But it says Toto Knits, and it says made in Kenya. And what's really interesting about this is it's new, and it actually has the name of the, I think, single mother. Yeah, single mother who made it. I'm just going to read this real quick. It says, Toto Knits is a collection of fun and funky creations made from organic cotton and bio-friendly dyes. Ethically made by a group of single mothers in Kenya, our mission is to encourage trade, not aid, to empower Kenyan women while using earth and child-friendly materials. This is something I really wanted to keep for my son, but he has so many hoodies and jackets, so I think I'm just going to try to sell this one. This is a Roxy New Tag swim cover. Swim covers always consistently sell for me. Now Roxy isn't a brand that I would normally pick up, but because it's New Tags, I think I'm going to try to get 20 bucks out of that. This is really cool. So this is vintage too. I guess I have way more vintage than I thought, guys, which is exciting because that's more fun for me to list. It's Magic by Tony Garment. So I think this is 70s. Well, actually this doesn't even have a material tag, does it? I think this is 70s though. It's like a faux fur Sherpa type blazer jacket. It's just really cool, really interesting. I think I'm gonna try to get maybe 30 or 40 out of that. This one I've been sitting on forever. I keep forgetting to list it. It's an Oscar de la Renta 90s luggage bag. I found this at the bins and I was really excited about it because I've never found Oscar de la Renta. But upon some research, I found a few of them listed for like 25 bucks of the exact same thing. So don't think I'm gonna get much out of it. I might end up keeping this one for myself. At least I can say I found Oscar de la Renta now. I keep getting washed out and it's driving me insane. This is something I pulled from my personal closet. It's just a loft knit sweater. I think I only wore this like one time, so probably just gonna try to sell it for like 15 bucks. Another vintage. This one was also a bins find. Maybe I found more from the bins at this haul than I thought. Like I said, you guys, I've been sitting on this stuff for a while, just like slowly accumulating it. I looked up the inside tag on this. It's Harris tweed, and what really got me was it said pure Scottish wool. And this is just really heavy. You can tell it's really high quality. It's like Burberry quality. I mean, it's really nice. So I looked up the tag because it caught my attention, and I usually try not to get like vintage heavy trench jackets just because it's such a hit or miss. But this Harris tweed seems to sell well. It seems to have quite a bit of following. So I'm going to try to get about $75 out of that. This is also a New Tags. This is actually like a dress that could also be worn as a skirt. So it has really cool styling pictures right here, which will be nice. It obviously has a TJ Maxx tag on it, which I'm probably just going to take off. But because it's New Tags and it's, oh, didn't even tell you guys what brand it was. Lapis, I don't know. I do know that this is a pretty decent brand. I think they might sell it at Anthropologie, but it has a following. I'm probably gonna try to get $20 out of this. This is a New Tags J. Crew factory flannel, and it actually says flannel on the label, like, so it must be like a factory flannel line. I usually don't pick up New Tags J. Crew factory, but I'm a sucker for a good flannel, and I think I'm gonna try to list this at 25, maybe 20, because it's factory. This is my first time finding a New Tags, and I know I'm saying this wrong, J. Crew Mercantile. I'm really not that familiar with this line. I tried to quickly look up comps and I was a little confused. It's like a velvety faux wrap top, which I actually love this style. I think I'm gonna list this one for 30 because it is New Tags. And that deep red velvet is pretty in style right now. This is a Ralph Lauren top. Now, I find lots and lots and lots of Ralph Lauren while thrifting. I think everybody does. It's just one of those brands that everybody knows about. Everybody probably has bought at some point. But this is in really nice condition, and I actually love this purple color. So I think I'm gonna list this one around 25 as well. This is a Patagonia zip. This one's pretty basic, but I cannot pass up a good Patagonia. This was at my regular Goodwill, and they did not have it marked up, so I think I paid like $3.99 for it. Usually my Goodwill marks up Patagonia, so that was like a slip in the system. This is a Peruvian Connection top. I love Peruvian Connection, and it has a really big following. This is one of my Bolo brands, always, Peruvian Connection. I think I'm just gonna list this one for like 20 bucks. So as you guys can see, I don't have super high ticket items. Like, I didn't find anything really designer, but lots of nice bread and butter brands that I'm pretty confident I'll be able to move. This is a New Tag Lucky brand top with like a crushed velvet front. I usually don't pick up Lucky brand either, but because this one was New Tags, I could not pass it up. Probably gonna list this Lucky brand top around 25 as well. This one I just found the other day. I paid up for it. I paid $12.99 for it. It is a Pendleton. Because it's hooded, I think I'll be able to get about $80 to $100 for this. Now, let me go through my pricing with you real quick about Pendleton. I pass on a lot of Pendleton blazers. I see them all the time. There's a lot of Pendleton undershirts that I will pass on. Pendleton is a great brand. It has a huge following. It's been around forever, it seems like. But Pendleton trench jackets do sell. So if you look up sold Pendleton trench jackets, you'll find them anywhere from like $30 to $250. It is a very broad range of what you could resell them for. But I sold a Pendleton trench jacket that was plaid like this without the hood for $75 about 8 months ago maybe. So for $12.99, I think I'm going to try to get between $80 and $100 out of this one. I do think this is a newer Pendleton, which might help or might actually lower the comps. I'm not sure. We will see. I love this. For $12.99, I could not say no. This I also paid up for, which I'm still on the fence about if I'm happy about this purchase or not. It is a women's Burton coat. Now, I found a buttload of Burton men's sweaters that I sold for about between $20 and $25 each. So I'm guessing a Burton coat I will be able to sell around $50. I feel like it's at the same tier as like North Face. I personally like Burton, but I don't really buy it new. This is my first time finding this brand, Samuel Dong. So I actually, when I was going through the blazers, I went right past this one and I thought, I don't think that's anything I've heard of that's any decent. Then I actually went back to it because I kept thinking about it, and I'm glad I did because I didn't look up their sold comps on Poshmark, which is definitely like not a good thing to do. But their retail prices are pretty high, and it seems like one of those high-end designers that just have a following. So maybe I'll be able to get like 50 bucks out of that. And it doesn't have any discoloration, and the sleeves are actually interestingly tailored. So I think this is my last top or dress to show you guys. This is just a Madewell. This was at the store. I think I only paid like $4.99 for it, and usually our dresses are marked at like $5 or $6.99. So I just picked this one up because it's a basic Madewell, and it's hard for me to say no to just a nice bread and butter brand like that. So maybe I can get like 20 or 25 bucks out of that. Now I'm gonna move on to the bottoms, which aren't as exciting, I know, but I did find some interesting bottoms this time around. I ran out of regular hangers, so I found these Flying Monkey jeans. Flying Monkey jeans sell around $20 for me, so not a huge profit, but they sell religiously. Adriano Goldschmied, I know I'm saying that wrong. This is the cigarette leg, which I think is one of his more popular jean styles. I had a cigarette leg that was waxed, and I think it sold at $45, somewhere around there. This is just a plain Joseph Ribkoff bottom. There's nothing too special about them, but Joseph Ribkoff is still a solid seller because it's a nice brand. Bolo brand Joseph Ribkoff. I found these Hudson jeans with the newer Hudson label. So these, I think, yeah, these are boot cut, which are a little iffy, but I think I'll still be able to get like 25 bucks out of these. This is my first time finding new label. No, this isn't the one. That's the next one. These are BDG. So BDG jeans sell around $20 for me. That's an Urban Outfitters brand. And these are new with tags, as you can see, and Taylor, like slightly metallic dress pants. Because they're new with tags, I think I'm gonna list them around 30. Do I think I'm gonna get 30 for those specifically? Probably not. These are Columbia I think it's PFG, Performance Fishing Gear. Yeah, Performance Fishing Gear. So I don't always pick up Columbia, but these are new with tags, and their fishing gear seems to do pretty well. So I'll probably list those around 20, maybe 25, because they're new. This is what I was talking about. I have never found new label, which I think these are new label, Cabe jeans. I didn't look up the comps, but I'm a sucker for Cabe, especially new Cabe. These are just some Joe's jeans. Sometimes I leave Joe's jeans behind. It depends. These ones are a darker color, and they have the metal Joe's jeans logo. So I took those ones home. I'll try to get 20 bucks out of them. This one is, I got really excited about it. I found these at the bins too. Escada, high end. I'm sure you've heard of Escada. This is a skirt. So I got really excited about this, and then I realized these were custom, I don't want to say, these were altered. These were altered to be a little bit shorter, and because they're altered, that's going to bring the price down drastically. Unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to get too much out of these. Maybe I will list them at 35 or 40 to begin with. Obviously, I'm going to have to list that they're altered. I found these plain black Lucy leggings. Lucy is a good athletic yoga brand. Lucy always sells, even their plain stuff sells for me. I found this. This might have been in my last haul video. I've been sitting on this stuff forever, so I can't remember. But this was actually a bins find too. So I found this awesome leather Coach bag, and I think people just kept looking over this because it doesn't have like Coach written all over it. It doesn't have like the horse carriage. It is authentic. I could pretty much tell as soon as I grabbed it that it was authentic because it's really heavy. I found this Michigan University Mickey Mouse collab, probably from like what, the 90s? Yeah, early 90s. This one will probably do well because for one, it's Michigan University. For two, it's Mickey Mouse. For three, it's vintage. This one was definitely over on Instagram. I made an entire post just to these pants. So I saw these pants like a couple of aisles down, and they're not my style, right? So I'm all for unique styles, but I was just kind of looking at them like from the corner of my eye, they caught my attention because how could they not? I just saw this sticking out and I'm like, oh, but I can definitely see how they're special. So I looked at the tag and I thought, oh, it's probably one of those weird like early 2000s boutique brands, probably not worth anything. It's Amanda Adams Couture. But I looked them up, and these jeans sell for like $100+. Some of them have sold for only like 50, but they were a little less embellished. Because these ones are so heavily embellished, I am gonna list these at 115. I'm gonna be firm on that price for a while, see how they do. Yeah, as you guys can see, they're just very unique. So keep your eye out for heavily embellished Amanda Adams jeans, because that's not something I would have thought to have my eye out for ever. So now I am moving on to the shoes and this other purse that I got. These I got from the bins. They're just soft, which is a brand I find a whole lot of, but because they were so cheap, I picked them up. I'll probably try to get like $20 out of them. These are Dansko clogs. So I quit picking up Dansko. For one, my Goodwill started marking them up to like $8 or $10. For two, the market's pretty saturated with them. For three, they're a hit or miss, but these ones have like an iridescent finish, which I like. So I think I'm gonna try to get like 20 or 25 bucks out of these. I found these really cute little girls Chaco sandals. Chaco sandals always sell. These aren't even sandals. These are actually like little hiking shoes, it looks like. Just outdoorsy shoes. These I also found at the bins, or else I probably wouldn't have picked them up. Lauren Conrad, which is, I think they sell this at like Kohl's. It's a brand I also find a lot of, but these are just cute like summery wedges with the navy. I like it. Like I said, they're cheap because they were from the bins, so I'll probably try to get 25 out of these. These are my favorite pair of shoes that I found. They're Circus by Sam Edelman. I've found quite a bit of Circus by Sam Edelman shoes, but I usually leave them behind because it's like his lower line. But it says, well, it doesn't really say, "Donut go there." Donut go there. And flats and shoes like this that have two different designs on them are pretty trendy right now. And Circus by Sam Edelman, it is a good brand, so I had to pick those up. These are Clark's Artisan shoes, which I would not normally pick up either, but these were at the bins. Clark's do sell. They're just not something that I pick up often because I find them all of the time. I'm just going to show you guys one of these. This is my first time finding Serago shoes, Serago Docksiders. I'm going to test them out, try to get like $25 or $30 for them and see if I can do that. It's my first time finding these, so like I said, we will see how these shoes do. And last but not least, this is my second time finding this purse brand in the past couple of months. B. Makowski. The first time I saw it a couple of months ago, I hadn't actually heard of the brand, but it felt like a nice, heavy, decent purse, like not like one of those cheap Charlotte Russe purses, you know? So I looked up the brand and it seems like it sells, some of them only sold for like $15 or $20, but some of their heavier, bigger purses were selling for like $50 or $60. So I'm gonna take my chances with this. I'll try to get about $30 out of this purse. We will see. I still haven't sold the other B. Makowski purse, so maybe I'm getting my hopes up. Okay, so that is the end of my haul. Like I said, it's kind of eclectic. I'm sorry if the clothing label's washed out. I've been on YouTube for like a year now. Maybe over a year, something like that. Anyway, after all this time, I finally ended up getting a new camera, and I was gonna tape this video with my new camera so you could see the labels better. But it's easy to do on my phone right now because I'm lazy and I have a quick app to edit it. So regardless, if you guys are not subscribed to my channel and reselling is something that you are interested in, or even watching thrift hauls and stuff like that, because sometimes I just do thrift hauls like this, please hit that subscribe button. I love and appreciate every single one of you who watch my video. And if you made it this far, thank you so much, and happy selling, happy shopping, happy thrifting.